I'm Emmanuel and welcome to my workbench. Today I will be hunting pennies once again. I have 22 rolls of pennies for this week. After last week's very successful penny roll hunt, I thought I would do a second one. And so let's go right to the intro and we'll look at the state of the book. All right, and I'm only looking at the first book. Last week we got a book filler over here. We got the 1942 at the bottom over here. So let's hope to fill some nice early ones as well. We are looking for a 1947 variety and a 1953 variety. And there is also the 1985 variety to fill on this book as well. So let's get right to it. I will bring you in on my first find. Roll one, we have a young head. This is a 1964, quite common. We have two Americans, and we have a couple of pennies from years that can have double dies. So I will be setting these off the table, and I won't be reporting on these anymore. I'll just show them how many I have to scan on the microscope at the end of the hunt. Roll two, we have one more young head, a 1961. And 4 more Americans. Roll 3, we have 10 Americans, one of which is a Wheatie. And we have a 1955. Cool. I'll set that one aside. And we also have 1 euro cent from 2002. This one is from the Italian Republic, IR, right over there. And it's 1 cent. Roll 4, we have 3 more Americans and 2 young heads. We have a 1964. And a 1962. Roll 5, 10 more Americans as well as 2 more young heads, a 1964 and another 1964. This one is pretty rough, in pretty rough shape. Roll 6, 1 more American. Roll 7, 6 more Americans. Roll 8, 10 more Americans and 1 more young head. This one is a 1964. Roll 9, we have 1 more young head. This one is a 1961, and we have 2 more Americans. I just got roll 10 here, and there's a really shiny 1967 on this end, the rock dove, and there's one on this end as well. There's nothing on the roll to indicate that what this is, but let's pour this out. It might be a roll full of uncirculated or almost uncirculated rock doves. It looks exactly like that. Wow. Beautiful. Beautiful. Naturally, I'm going to be using the best ones of this to upgrade both of my books, and I'm going to be looking through all of these for any doubling. But this is a really, really nice find. Roll 11, I have 5 young heads as well as a really nice looking rock dove. Not as nice as these, but that'll get scoped as well. But the young heads, they're really good shape. This one's a 1960. This one is a blazer, 1963. So is this one, 1963. This one is a 1964, and this one is another blazer, 1963. I also found some 60s, 66s, and 68s that are in really, really nice shape that I will set aside as well off the table. But yeah, there was a really lot of nice ones in that roll. Roll 12, 2 more Americans, making 50 Americans to date, as well as a 1956 laureate portrait. Roll 13, 3 more Americans, as well as 2 more laureate portraits. We have a 1960 as well as a 1963. Roll 14, we have 1 more American and 2 more laureate portraits. We have a 1964 and another 1964. Roll 16, 2 more Americans and 1 more laureate portrait. A 1955, nice. Roll 17, 5 more Americans and another laureate portrait, 1962. Roll 18, I got another one of these rolls. This one has a 1968 and it's a nice bright one here. So this might be a full roll of uncirculated 1968s. Let's have a look. That's exactly what this is. No, not exactly. There's a 67 in here. These do look circulated compared to these. These do look circulated, but they look pretty much in excellent condition. I'll go through all of them and bring you in if there is anything of interest other than these 67s and the 68s. Well, here you go. You had one 1966. I had 18 1967s, and the rest are all 1968s. So these have been circulated. There's a rust spots. I see fingerprints on a few of these. So all of these are going to go to the pile to scope to see if there's any doubling. But the best ones of these I'm going to set aside and keep. Roll 19, we have 4 more Americans and 1 more laureate portrait, and this is another 64. Roll 20, we have 12 more Americans and 2 more laureate portraits. We have a 1961 as well as a 1964. Roll 22, final roll, we have 1 last American and 1 final really nice looking 1964 laureate portrait. That is awesome. So let me put these away, and I'll take, this is the pile of coins that I need to scope, and I'm going to scope these as well. So I'll come back after I've scoped it and I'll give you an update on what I found. All right, I am here at the microscope. I'm going to be handling the first coins with gloves, because these are the ones that are AU. And I'll show you the doubling that I did find. So this one over here, you can see on the Regina, there is doubling on the A, the N, and the I, and the G, which is really, really cool. Now this one over here is supposed to have doubling. There you go. This one has doubling on Canada and on 1867 and 1967 there. Very clearly seen. And on the Regina, what does it have on the Regina? Nothing on the Regina, so that is cool. And the final one over here from the AU coins, you can see a little bit of doubling on the bottom of the dates over here. Let's look over to the side with the Regina. No doubling on this one. So that is cool. Let me take off my gloves now. For the other coins, this one here you can clearly see the doubling on the 1867 and the 19 on the dates, a little bit on the last leg of that A. Unfortunately, there's fingerprints on this one. Let's look at the side with the Regina, because Regina is the word that most often has the doubling. This one does not, so that is cool. Next one. Very slight doubling on the date. Very, very slight. And on the Regina, no doubling on the Regina. Again, this one, it'll show doubling on the date right there at the bottom. And nothing on the Regina. Let's keep going. So this is a 1965. This is the blunt 5. We are looking for the small dots or the large dot variety. This is the large dot because that dot is that little dot right there is centered right. Let me see if I can get a pointer here. The dot that is right there is centered in between these. So that is the large dot blunt 5 variety, which is the most common variety. So that one will just end up back in circulation. The next one over here, again, 1965 blunt 5, and we'll flip over. This is the large dot variety, so common variety. And next, another 1965 to check. Same thing, large beads variety. 1979, this one has doubling. You can see it especially on the 9 there. Very clear doubling on the 9. Very, very cool. Next one. This one has very light doubling. I thought I had doubling on this one. I don't see it. False positive. Sometimes your eyes get tired from staring at all these. This one very light doubling over here. You can see it on the 9 over there. Very, very light. And finally, this one as well, you can see it on the 9 and the bottom of the 7 there, the light doubling. All right, we're back from the scope. So here are all of these circulated, the well circulated ones with doubling. These are the AU ones with doubling. Here are some other very nice AUs from 64, 66, and 66, and 68, I should say, that I will be looking to see if they upgrade in the book. In terms of the laureate portraits, I didn't get any King George VI. Everything is laureate portraits. We got a 55, a 56, 1960s, 61, 62, 63, and 64 over here. We do have the euro cent over here, so the only thing left to go through is to see if there's any finds in the US pennies, knowing that we did find at least one Wheatie from 1955. So let me go through these, and I'll come back with a very quick summary. Well, one book filler, which is this 2023 from Philadelphia that I did not have. So now the only one I am missing is the 2024 Denver, and I will have all of them minus the proofs. That is awesome. Let me clean this up and I'll come right back for the conclusion. The giveaway for the month of November are these two loonies. We have the L.M. Montgomery Anne of Green Gables loonies, the colorized and non-colorized version. And all you have to do to be eligible to win both of these loonies is leave a comment down below. And sometime in early December, I will draw the name of a lucky winner, and I will be happy to send these coins to you. Well, if you enjoyed this video, I always appreciate a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, click on my logo over here to subscribe. And here is a video that might be of interest to you, as well as a playlist of other penny hunts. Until next time, thanks for watching.